Game 2 of Year 3, and the refs and Caitlin were already at it. 9 days after she broke a WNBA record in the season opener, the Fever rolled into Los Angeles still looking for their first win of Year 3, and even with the refs against her, Caitlin wasn't ready to back down yet, and the very first possession told you exactly what kind of night it was going to be. A high screen and a pass to Cunningham, and the Sparks already had it back.
Here's Cunningham. The handoff Clark. They show a lot of activity towards her, a strip and a takeaway.
But it didn't take long for her to settle in, and her first bucket came on a runner right over Hamby, drawing the foul on the way down.
Get back to work. Clark, the runner, off the window.
And on the very next defensive possession, she did it again, picking it off near midcourt and taking it the other way for the easy bucket.
And a tip and a turnover. Here's Clark going behind her back. Clark, a little razzle-dazzle off the window.
And then she pulled out the up and under, staying patient through the contact, drawing the foul, and finishing the bucket anyway. But not every read was hitting yet, and when the no-look pass found Lexi Hull instead, just like that, the Sparks were going the other way. But she shook it off on the next possession, taking the ball baseline and finishing the layup to put the Fever ahead at 9-7.
Clark, space on the baseline.
The threes still weren't falling, but the rebounds were, and on the next play, she was already setting up the next bucket. Driving left with the eyes already up, she dropped a perfect bounce pass to Mitchell, cutting baseline for the easy two. And on the next possession, it was the same read with a different teammate, as the quick chest pass found Ty Harris wide open on the wing.
Fever in front. Ty Harris, a three, and that's good.
But it wasn't just the passes finding the bucket, because the drive and the kick out to Tempson showed that every read was finding the right teammate.
Whips it underneath. What a pass.
And then, for one possession, the Sparks got their statement back, as Cameron Brink, playing her first real game since the ACL tear, met her at the rim and sent it the other way.
Crossover. Oh, sent away there by Brink.
And the block. Brink is back, and this crowd appreciative.
And by the end of the first quarter, the Fever were up 29-22. And she was just getting started. Into the second, the eyes were already up, and on a baseline drive that collapsed two defenders, she found Cunningham alone in the corner for the splash.
Clark in the corner, Cunningham open for three.
And not much later, it was the same read on the next play, as the no-look found the cutter again.
With it. Back door, Cunningham. Excellent.
She was scoring it too, with the fast break finish dropping, and the steal and go showing that every part of her game was already on the floor. And even with the double team coming, she still found Mitchell for the easy look.
Calculated pickup games that she participated in as Mitchell knocks down the three.
The defense was right there too, fighting through the screen and staying with her every step of the way.
The issue right now for Los Angeles, clearly turnovers.
7 turnovers for LA. Here's Billings attacking the rim.
The shots from deep still weren't falling, but the step back was already there and ready to go. She kept finding teammates anyway, and the pass to Dantas for the open three was the kind of look every shooter wants. Even without the ball, she was the one setting up the play, as the handoff to Boston started the next possession.
A little bit longer to come around. Here's Mitchell.
And then the mid-range fell, with the one dribble pull-up looking as automatic as anything she had all night. And on a backdoor cut and a quick catch, the Fever lead was already up to 14. But late in the second quarter, the refs gave her the kind of call she'd been seeing all year. A drive to the basket with contact, and they called it on her.
Here's Clark, and offensive foul.
Up 14 on the road and now sitting on the bench with another foul, the frustration was already building. And the broadcast couldn't help but show what they'd just done to her, because by that point in the game, she was already cooking.
Sparks trailing by 14.
And it all boiled over. Walking off at the half, she turned to the ref with her palms out and let him hear it. And when he clapped his hand and pointed, the technical was already on its way. The broadcast caught the exact moment when she clapped in the ref's face. She didn't answer with words, because she answered the only way she ever does, with the basketball. The replay told the whole story, with the patience on the drive, the read off the Boston handoff, and the finish over Lexi Brown. She was hunting the contact too, crashing the offensive glass and drawing the foul on the way down.
She should want to retire here. We wanted to retire here.
The deep ball still wasn't there, but the willingness to keep shooting it was.
You know, you sing, you dance, and you watch.
And she kept the offense humming too, bringing it up the floor and finding her teammate on the move. But this time, the defense met them at the rim and sent it back.
There's a lot of work to do, obviously, for this LA Sparks team.
Even off broken plays, she was on it, hustling back into position and spacing the floor for the bucket that followed.
Fever. Here's Billings running the floor. The kick out. Harris underneath Hines Allen.
And even when the floater wouldn't fall, the red was the same, patient on the drive, taking it inside on the same kind of look. And when the Sparks tried to get physical with her on the wing, she made them pay for it, driving right at Gray and getting both the contact and the call.
Clark.
The Sparks challenged the call, and it didn't go their way, sending her right back to the line for 2 more, and the broadcast graphic was already adding to the career numbers, because by now she was approaching another milestone night. And then she dropped the off-balance floater right over 2 defenders, the kind of shot she's not supposed to make, and she made it anyway.
Haven't been able to do so tonight. Clark, meanwhile, off balance, gets that one in.
Into the fourth, the lead was still 12, and the Sparks weren't going to make it easy. But the dimes kept coming, and from the sideline inbound, she finds Harris with a touch pass that keeps the offense flowing.
Harris curling and getting the bucket.
And then, finally, came the first 3 of the night, off a Boston screen and a handoff, into a step back over Hamby that fell pure.
Short quarter, Timpson, back to Clark. Her 3 on the way, and that's good.
And the dime of the night came right after, a crisp, threading pass to Timpson, cutting backdoor that the Sparks defense never even saw coming.
Work downhill against Hamby, leaves it, Timpson. Ball deflects, Timpson staying with it off the window.
But the lead was shrinking, and a turnover at the top of the key gave the Sparks a chance at the free throw line with 2 shots to cut it closer.
In the corner, Clark underneath, throws it right to Wheeler. Numbers for the Sparks if they want it. Here's Wheeler, leaves it, Ogwumike to spin, the left hand, no.
A contested miss the next possession down, and the Sparks were starting to claw it back.
Clark. Brink showing, Clark. That shot blocked, but Billings there.
But she answered right back, taking it end-to-end herself for the bucket that stretched the lead to 11.
Cam went and got it.
Clark, speed dribble. Clark right to the 10.
And then this. Heavy contact on her while she was working the play, and when she hit the floor, the whistle never came and the Sparks were going the other way.
5 on the shot clock. Clark hits the deck, turns it over. Here's Burrell with it in the front court. Brink the trailer, they don't get it to her. Cross-court pass, Plum, 3 on the way, short.
But on the very next drive, the foul finally came, and when she hit the floor again, this time, the refs blew the whistle.
So on the shot clock, Clark with it.
And to ice the game, one last dime, the early lob to Mitchell off the inbounds that put it away.
So if the Sparks here, maybe you got a foul. Here's Mitchell, the lob on the inbound.
Then she walked to the free throw line with 9.1 seconds left and up 7, hit them both, and just like that, the game was over. Fever 87, Sparks 78, the first win of year 3. She ended the night with 24 points, 9 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block, plus 1 technical foul for clapping in a ref's face. The refs gave her every reason to lose her cool tonight, and she gave them every reason to wish they hadn't. See you on the next one.